Right, 9 February 2021, and today I've got a very quick broadcast. I'm not going to talk for a very long time. I want to keep this below 10 minutes. And the announcement that I have here is very interesting. It's very exciting, and it's to do with Nelson Chamisa and the MDC Alliance and also the MDCT. As I said yesterday, and as I put out on our platforms, Nelson Chamisa is set to make a very big announcement, and that is going to come within the next 2 weeks. Our sources have exclusively told us that Nelson Chamisa has finally decided to launch a new political party with a new political name, with a new logo, with a new, in fact, it's a totally new identity. And there will be a new constitution, new offices, a new website, and also a new membership database. So the MDC Alliance that you see now, that we are talking about, where Nelson Chamisa is the president, it is going to be non-existent within the next few weeks. Chamisa has decided to create, or in fact, to listen to his members, to listen to his supporters. We've been calling him to announce, to move away from the MDC name and announce his own new political party. So this is a very big exclusive. This is coming from people very close to Nelson Chamisa. So within the next 3 or so weeks, Chamisa is going to announce a new name, is going to launch a new party, and we are not going to have MDC Alliance anymore. And you can mark my word, this is going to happen before the end of March. So look at 2 weeks, 3 weeks, going to the end of March, you're going to have a new political party led by Nelson Chamisa. And this is going to be a very big headache for people that are opposing Nelson Chamisa, for people that are in MDCT. This is going to be a very big headache. No one expected Chamisa to make this move. And I am informed by my sources that this is going to happen as soon as the National Council of the MDC Alliance sits. Chamisa has decided, he has been convinced that this is the time for him to have a new political party, to have a fresh start, and to move away from the MDC Alliance name. In fact, to totally move away from anything to do with the name MDC. So what has made Chamisa decide to do this, to take this move? Firstly, Chamisa has been convinced that the Supreme Court ruling is irreversible. Douglas Monzora is going to hold on to that name. And that name, MDC Alliance, when he tries to go into the election with it, Monzora is going to challenge him. He's not going to be able to use it. He has also been convinced that the MDC name is now toxic. And this was a very big part of what people have been telling Chamisa. You need to move away from the name MDC. And on top of all that, Chamisa is convinced that he's got his own support. Chamisa is convinced that he's got people that are going to follow him regardless of what name he's going to use. And he's looking back at what Morgan Tsvangirai did when he lost the name MDC. Morgan Tsvangirai went and formed MDCT. And all his supporters followed him. The people that went away were left with fewer supporters than Morgan Tsvangirai. So what Nelson Chamisa has decided to do is, I'll go away with my own name, and my supporters are going to follow me. And I totally agree with Chamisa. Chamisa has got enough followers of his own. If he calls his party Chamisa, he's still going to have his supporters. There are people that are fanatical in their support of Nelson Chamisa, and these people are going to follow him, whatever name he chooses to use for his name, his political party. The political party is going to launch within the next 2 to 3 weeks. And according to my sources, the names that are suggested, that they're playing around with, they have one thing in common. He's still going to use the word alliance. So things like Democratic Alliance, Zimbabwe Democratic Alliance, United Alliance of Democrats, People's Alliance. So these are the kind of names that they are playing around with. But they are aware that ZEC could actually try not to interfere with this process and make them not use the name Alliance. So these guys have been thinking about it. And as I said, the announcement is going to be made after the National Council of the MDC sits. However, as you know, many people have left the MDC Alliance. Some have gone to Coupe, some have quit, like Lillian Timvers, these people who have quit. Some people have sold out secretly. So there's going to be a big leadership change within the MDC. My understanding is that Chamisa is going to totally shift people around, and you're going to see a party with a total new leadership, new faces, people that you know that are not in politics. They're approaching these people, trying to build a leadership out of all the activists, the people that we know that are democratic forces. Chamisa is trying to incorporate them into his new political party. And strange enough, people like Thokozani Coupe, they want to be part of this action, but I'm totally told that Chamisa and these people, they are not having any of it. They are not going to be having these people in their new political party. They are not going to have anyone who is tainted from the old MDC. People like Komichi, people like Muzuri, they're not going to be allowed into this new political party. Chamisa is creating a new structure, a new political party, a powerful new brand that is not related to the MDC at all. Now, as I said, I want to keep this very, very short. Is this a good idea? If Chamisa goes ahead and forms this political party, launches it in the next 2 to 3 weeks, is this a good idea? Yes, totally. This would be a masterstroke. If Chamisa goes ahead with this and forms his own political party, his opponents will be in disarray. If Chamisa is brave enough to make this move, make his new political party, have a new name, new constitution, nothing to do with the MDC, he is going to go into 2023 very, very strong. He doesn't have to worry, because I think people will understand that he has lost his political party. His opponents have been after him. They've taken everything from him, and he's starting from scratch. This will be a very, very big advantage to Nelson Chamisa, and he's going to get even more support. In fact, at the moment, having the name MDC, it makes him look like a faction. Imagine when he's got his own name that has got nothing to do with MDC. He's building from scratch. Everyone who supports Chamisa is going to be coming to him without referring to whatever was happening at Harvest House. New offices, new constitution, new leadership, new structures, new membership database. It is blue ocean. It's going to be very, very interesting if he's brave enough to go ahead with all this. Then I want to quickly look at what could go wrong if Chamisa launches this and he continues what the MDC has been doing. Poor communication, poor databases of members, failing to collect money from the diaspora. If they continue this way, everything will totally go wrong. If he tries to create something similar to the MDC or to stick to the name MDC, everything will totally go wrong. He's going to totally destroy his own career. So I encourage Chamisa to go for the name, totally new name, totally new identity, and to work harder on communicating this name. He's going to do very, very well compared to the people that are in MDCT. And I understand Chamisa he's got no sympathy at all for the MDCT. He is willing to let that name die, MDC. He's not concerned about what is happening there. And I'm going to be bringing MDCT people here on Thursday. There is disaster happening in the MDCT, and I will let them speak for themselves. On Thursday, there is a big, big problem developing in the MDCT between Thokozani Coupe and Douglas Monzora, and I'll have the people here on Thursday. It's a disaster, and Nelson Chamisa is doing very, very well by moving away from this. He does not need what is happening in the MDCT right now. And you will see within the next few weeks, the MDCT, if they do not handle this properly, there will be no MDCT to talk about at all. So this is basically what I wanted to say. Nelson Chamisa, according to my sources, on the verge of announcing a new political party name, a new identity, a new office, a new leadership. So a totally new name. He's going away from the MDCT, from the MDC alliance, from the MDC name, preparing to go into 2023 and preparing to win. And I think this is a very, very good idea. So let's quickly look at the comments before I close. Let's see if there's anything here that needs to be answered. Right. Ngonzaise Choco, good idea. He's saying it's a good idea for Nelson Chamisa to form his own political party, to have a new name, to have new offices, to have new leadership. I agree with you, Ngonzaise. Munashe, he's saying Tokuzani Kupe is a sellout. Okay, I don't know about that. Then Sharon Marufu, you're saying boom. Yes, it's boom. If Chamisa does this, it's boom to his opponents. They're not going to know what hit them, because right now there's confusion in the opposition. Imagine if Chamisa separates himself from the confusion, separates himself from all the MDC related things that are happening now that are not making people proud. It will be like back to the drawing board for his enemies and for his opponents. They are not going to know what to do. It will be hard, but I think this would be one of the best things that Chamisa has done. Right, but not going to make it because of lockdown. Ngonzaisha, I don't agree with you. These days, there's a lot that you can do. Cell phone, WhatsApp. He has to come up with a strategy. This is a new territory that we're going into. If Chamisa forms his own political party, I think we're still in 2021, got 2 years to communicate this party name, got 2 years to communicate the brand, and to energize your urban population. You don't even need to go in a bus anymore. You can go on Facebook. You can send videos on WhatsApp, on Telegram. There's so much that you can do. And I think this is something that will make people proud. There are a lot of people that love Nelson Chamisa, and they will love you very much if you were to make this, because this takes bravery. Chamisa has been the MDC for so long. If he does this, it will totally reinvent Chamisa. And here is Penia Cynthia Njov saying, thumbs up, excellent idea. I know a lot of people that want Chamisa to move away from this MDC name. They know Chamisa has got his own supporters. They know that he doesn't need the MDC name. He can win without it. And ZANU-PF will be in trouble if Chamisa did this. If this is what Chamisa should have done long back. Go Chamisa, Tichaona Chisenga. Right. People are loving this idea of Chamisa moving to his new name. This is going to be a killer. Fish. Right. I think Chamisa's people, if you're watching this, you're seeing this. People want you to move away from this toxic MDC name. They want you to start something fresh. And your supporters will not let you down. And then Chamisa is a brand. I agree to a new party. So all the comments that we have here, positive. They love this idea. Chamisa, if he forms his own political party within the next 2 to 3 weeks, if he announces this in March, it will be hard. But this will be the best idea that he has ever done. He doesn't have to worry about dialogue with Ngonzora. He doesn't have to worry about dialogue with Mnangagwa. In fact, Mnangagwa will have to find Chamisa, because if Chamisa builds a strong brand going into 2023, who knows what can happen? And they will not be able to postpone the election. I understand that this idea to postpone the election to have a small GNU and push this up to 2027. If Chamisa forms his own political party, builds it, makes it stronger, all he has to do is to wait. All those ideas won't work, and Chamisa will get even more stronger. And then I want to look at Josephat here. I said 2 years back, Chamisa needs a new name. And I think if you're Chamisa's supporter or his leadership, you can see what is happening here. People want a new name. They want Chamisa to stand by himself. And I'm so happy that this is so evident that Chamisa is making a good decision by moving away from the MDC alliance, MDC name, and standing by himself under his own name. As I said, they've got a number of permutations that they've come up with, all of them with the name alliance in them. I hope Zek won't turn around and say the alliance name belongs to MDC. So there's still a number of hurdles to pass, but very, very good idea. People love this idea of Chamisa moving away from the MDC alliance. So this is all that I wanted to say. Unfortunately, this is all the information that I've got. The decision has been made. The National Council is going to sit, and then Chamisa is going to announce a new political party, a new identity, a new database, new offices. So he's starting from scratch, a fresh start, and people are loving it. So that is it. We'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow I've got Mr. Tinashe Jonasi. Yesterday we couldn't shoot. He's going to be talking about the British ambassador. She talked a lot about Idi Mnangagwa and how he's doing. So Mr. Jonasi is going to be giving us his views on that. On Thursday, I'm going to be having the MDCT leadership. They are coming here to talk about the problems in their political party. There is two distinct factions that have opened up in the MDCT. And these are not small factions. These guys are going to court. So it's going to be a disaster. Let's see who's going to come from the MDCT. I've invited both sides. Let's see who's going to come here and tell us what is going to happen next. But for Chamisa, this decision to move away from the MDC name, perfect, loved by everybody. And I've told the MDC leadership that, the MDC Alliance leadership, that if they move to a new name, they move to a new identity, they are going to have people like me back supporting the Chamisa. When he goes into the 2023 elections, we're going to be behind him like we were in 2018, because we do not hate MDC Alliance. We just don't like the toxic thing that is happening there. No one understands what it is. And people like me, we don't like disorder. If you bring back order, if you bring back something that we can be proud of, you will see. We're all going to support you. The whole diaspora is going to be behind you. And Chamisa will be loved by everybody. Once again, very, very powerful speaker, a visionary. You can see Chamisa, he makes people proud. But at the moment, he's got no team. He's got no home base. He's a stranger in the MDC. He needs to come out. And I love this idea that is happening. The fact that Chamisa is going to be coming out, forming his own political party name, according to our sources. So let's wait for the next 3 weeks. By March, we will know when the National Council of the MDC Alliance is set, what name they've come up with. We'll know if they've registered a new name at ZEC, and then we can all be happy announcing what is happening. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll be back tomorrow. Let me not take any more of your time. Thank you very much, and I'll see you again tomorrow.